Core staff has enabled me to broaden my writing and allow me to see the entire writing process differently than beforehand. I had started off in the lowest level of Core writing, and I eventually ended up in the honors Core class, which really allowed me to prove to myself that I could do a lot more than I initially had thought, and the support of the staff itself really should be taken, you should utilize your resources as best as possible because they really are there to help you and allow you to achieve things that you never thought you could. So I would have to say that would be the most important thing I've gained out of the Humanities Core experience.
Humanities Core has a great impact on your life, and a lot of people are actually surprised, as I was, as I went throughout my college career now that I'm in medical school. I was, as a student, bitter at first that I was almost forced to take Humanities Core, and I was, taught things that I didn't think were applicable to what I would be doing. But later on, as I moved throughout college and later on applying to medical school, I realized that everything that I learned in Humanities Core, even the topics that at the time I thought were, not really applicable to what I was doing, they actually proved to be really important to me. For example, when I took the MCAT, I wrote about Locke and Rousseau, which in my year that I was taking Humanities Core had been a topic that we were taught. And I received a T on my writing score, which is a score that only 0.1% of students who take the MCAT every year receive. And I really credit that to the very original topic that I had chosen to write about. So you would be very surprised. I finished school at UC Irvine, and then I continued to medical school. And even now that I'm in medical school, I still use the writing skills, the analytical skills, and everything else that I learned at Humanities Core to even continue my writing there, writing about patient-doctor relationships and stuff like that.
Looking back over the 4 years of college, the course has taught me a lot of great critical thinking and analytical skills that have been extremely beneficial to me throughout my 4 years. I learned how to analyze really closely, and that has been essential to even taking courses like organic chemistry. And I've also learned really good analytical academic writing skills that have helped me write essays for scholarships, fellowships, and graduate school applications. And I think a large part of why I was successful with those applications was because of the writing and communication skills that I learned from Core Course.
The biggest impact that it has created on my life has been to really set a precedent for me as a college student. Humanities Core was one of the first classes that I had as a freshman, and it really allowed me to understand the difference between multiple reading courses, having to take exams, and writing papers at the same time. It really set a dynamic for me as a college student.
Well, I think the most important impact is definitely balance and time management, because Humanities Core, even though it's a lot of work, you really get a lot out of it. And if you just know how to balance your time, how to have fun, but also, how to get the work done, it becomes a really good tool and skill for the rest of the classes that you're going to take when, balance becomes really, really important. And so in a lot of my upper division classes that I'm taking, that's been really helpful. Aside from the writing skills that you gain, it's definitely helpful to be able to balance like when to have fun with your friends and when to get the work done.